Welcome everyone, it's my second video on strategic foresight. I'm getting really excited of recording those videos. And today I'll be focusing more on the objectives of strategic foresight projects, the benefit that they bring, and what actually answers and what questions do companies come to us with when they embark on strategic foresight journey. So let's jump straight into it, right? The first one, and I think the most maybe typical one, is to help the companies build strategic awareness and help them support strategic conversations. So it's all about understanding the forces, understanding the trends that are affecting the business, their impact, the uncertainties. So giving a really thorough outlook on the future for the leadership team. As a result, we quite often create future scenarios, right, with the multiple versions of plausible futures, which we can then use also to test existing strategy and any strategic choices that the leadership might be kind of considering at that point in time. The second one is very much around internal alignment and mobilization of the teams. So, following up on that kind of strategy, quite often leadership is looking to get the wider company on board with the new vision, with the new preferable future. And again, sharing those future scenarios in a way that strategic foresight does it helps to visualize it, helps to create one common language within the organization around those. It also helps sometimes with bigger projects that might be ahead of the organization to help mobilize the teams, right? Them excited and on board with our vision of the future. Thirdly, and also very commonly, right, we get involved in discussions on where to innovate, right, where to allocate resources, where to allocate budgets for innovation projects. So that might be a new product, it might be a new service, it might be a new market that a company is considering. And strategic foresight, again, with the use of, for example, future scenarios, can help to test those different new propositions against different variable futures, right? And that again shows which one works the best against all of them potentially, or maybe a company is looking for to make a big bet and get a big win if a certain scenario materializes. Another quite an interesting element to strategic foresight and how it's applied by the companies is using it to really identify and close knowledge gaps. So there might be some trends, there might be some changes in your customer cohorts that you are not seeing. They might be visible in as weak signal, early stages in other industries. And strategic foresight with the use of horizon scanning can help to flush it out and close the knowledge gap. And also interesting questions sometimes that we get is, well, how will my client look like in 2040, right? Or how my new employee cohort will look like in 2035. Those are the questions that we quite often get as well. And those are also quite exciting topics to cover during strategic foresight project. And as a final note, I would say that quite often it's not a one-off exercise for us, and it shouldn't be. And we are getting involved with companies on constant basis to help them monitor the change, keeping an eye on those emerging trends and how they develop, so that again they know where to push the button to either introduce some changes or maybe attack a new market. There's obviously quite a lot of value that we can bring to organizations. And actually, studies show that companies that do strategic foresight perform better than the ones that don't, especially when it comes to innovation and resilience. And as such, that also translates into long-term performance. I'm actually very curious if you have been involved in any strategic foresight projects. Have you maybe read any future scenarios that were a product of strategic foresight? Please let me know in comments or get in touch directly. I would love to hear from you.